Hi Virgo, welcome to your March reading. Ooh, boy, when you guys decide it's time to heal, you really are not kidding. When you guys decide it's time for a change, you really don't hold back. I am surprised at the amount of speed I see in your March chart. First of all, love is in the air. And that Mercury moving into Pisces on the 15th, my. The healing is so extreme and so good for you and so super positive. You're able to get really close now, either to someone you're already with, someone you want to be with, someone you've been thinking about. Some of you, much to your chagrin, have been thinking about somebody that really wasn't good for you. Super toxic Pisces season vibes. And yet that is one of the things that you can heal. So that's exciting. What I have written here is that you have the chance to heal perhaps the most problematic relationship in your life. The most problematic relationship you ever had. You find some new truth in it, some new value in the experience. If that person happens to be an air sign, it's almost a given that somehow you crash into each other again. But also because you're actively communicating, especially with people that perhaps you shouldn't be communicating with at all. When you want to change, it happens so fast that people just don't even realize that you're the same person. That's why so many people will say, oh, well, that person changed so much, you know, they were like this, and then they were so different. Yeah. Because they waited as long as they could. They did as much as they could. And then it was just, obvious one day that no matter how much they did and how much they helped and how much they gave and how much they fixed, it's never going to be enough. It was never going to be okay. And that cup that they keep filling up would just keep emptying out. And if you give until you can't give anymore, and it just runs right through the person, after a while, you understand that it's time to stop giving and give to yourself. It happens. It happens. Pisces season shows you. Been showing you. No? Been showing you. Okay. Ooh. Been showing you. Oh, Virgo, if you are not happy, you are moving, you are leaving, you are cheating, you are scheming, you are lying, you are breaking up. Whatever bravery version of you, whatever bravery setting you are on right now, accordingly, you are kicking up all this chaotic dust in your life, depending on your bravery level. But all of you are just obsessed with changing things. And it has to mean more, and it has to be better, and it can't be like this anymore. And I want it to be magical, and I'm tired of not even being able to remember how I used to have fun, or when I used to have fun, or what used to be fun. And there's this whole world out there, and I can totally sense it. I can totally sense that there's all this success and fun and love and freedom. And I just feel like I have no access to it at all because I feel caged. I feel trapped either by my own choices or by somebody else and their choices. And I just can't take it anymore. And either that means you're going to act out, or it means that you're going to make huge, huge sweeping changes. But either way, the point is you want to feel something. You want to feel better. You want to feel what it feels like again to be on top and to feel good. And nobody can blame you for it. But you need to keep your business to yourself and do this as discreetly as possible. Discretion is a better part of valor. Okay. What I have here is intense, chaotic passion. You are using this energy of Mars moving into Gemini. You are using this chaotic energy to shake yourself out of a rut that you have been in for so long. Whether this is you being miserable with yourself, being miserable with another person, being miserable with what you used to do for a living, it doesn't matter. A rut is a rut is a rut is a rut, and you're over it. That's it. Mars moves into Gemini March 3rd. You shift work gears, and all of a sudden what you want is your independence. You literally are going in there. And what I have written down in these cards correspond so perfectly. You are going into your work environments, negotiating your own release. You are walking into your relationship environments, negotiating your own release. You're tired. You need some space. You need some freedom. You need some fun. And it just can't wait anymore. When a Virgo makes up their mind, they get it done. They get it done. Now, between March 20th and the 24th, you have an enormous amount of work luck. And this can be you finding a new job. It can be a project closing. It can be money coming in that you weren't anticipating, but it's just really good in terms of your career. So if you're looking for something between the 20th and 24th is a really good time to send some stuff out, make some appointments, set up some interviews, send some emails. Also check your email around that time, because between the 20th and the 24th, between the 20th and 28th actually, it's very possible for you to receive some sort of a message from someone that you have to go through this deep healing process with, that most problematic relationship you have, because there's a very good chance of being able to rehabilitate it in a way that you never thought was possible. Not to give you, too much hope, but I think March is really going to surprise you. And that's exactly what you need. A little chaos, A little chaos. But this healing is of a very deep sense of failure. It's a deep wounding. This particular thing, relationship, whatever it was, job, when it ended, it really hurt you. It really scarred you. And so the healing is happening on a deep, deep level, and it's so good for you, and you need it. So embrace it. The new moon on March 13th, use it to reevaluate where you are giving all this energy and it's just running right through people because they don't deserve it and they're just using you. Use the new moon to clean house a little bit. I love you. Hope you like the Pisces season pajama party. Let's look at these cards. Well, hello, Virgo. Welcome to the second part of your reading. For those of you who have been wondering, is that a go board underneath the cards? It sure is. It's just the best game ever. I'm going to be Virgo sad here for a second and say I wish there were more people around to play it with, pandemic and all. But here we all are. Love is in the air. And for you, That has everything to do with communication. So love is in the air, quite frankly, because Mars is in Gemini. And when people get to talking, well, you're the master of that. You can talk in anyone into or out of anything. I guess we should all just be happy that you choose to use that power for good most of the time. I say most of the time because around the 15th, you have this Mercury Pisces situation. Excuse me. Where you need to be healing your own stuff. And yet you may put yourself last and go and try to heal everybody else. And that would be a tragedy. Because although you can get really close to other people right now, you do really need this energy for yourself. It's one thing to help others. It's another to give them that which is for you. Now, that most problematic relationship coming up is the Five of Pentacles, that ex, that's whether you want to deal with it or not deal with it, whether it's something that you end up acknowledging, whether you sublimate it for another 10 years, it's there. It's there. And in March, you have a very good chance of growing through it. Some of you even shockingly ending up back together. Some of you shockingly ending up living together. Now, if you're watching this tonight on the 28th of February, you're thinking, no, not even close. Okay, well, we'll see. Now, the world and the sun there, that's you shaking out of your rut, but only when you get to the point where you're so miserable that you just can't take anymore. It's almost like a sport with you guys. Now, the best way to use this Mars energy is to shift gears at work and let go of how you used to think you have to work to make money. There are other ways to make money. You've got to broaden your horizons. Where Mars goes into Gemini March 3rd, and you could use it to pour all your energy into other people, to, perhaps follow some questionable whims. You could be using that energy to take your work in a new direction, using it to open your mind, to let go of how you think this has to work and come up with something new, come up with something that seems more fair. Between the 20th and the 24th is when you can really get that done and come up with something gorgeous, something that ends up being extremely profitable, but only because you took that risk and went outside of your comfort zone. You don't want to be stuck in anything with anyone, whether romantic or financial or a friendship, where you feel like the stakes are uneven, like the benefits are uneven. Now, if that's a conversation you need to have internally, or if that's a conversation you need to have with your partners, whomever they may be, that you know. But it is a good time to revise how much of what who gets. Who gets how much of what? So it's a wonderful time to work and create and recreate and take new directions. And it's also a wonderful time to be amorous, and your deep healing is quite often followed by romantic love, because you are your most attractive when you face yourself and take responsibility for yourself. So this is a very intense month in which you can accomplish a lot and also feel a lot and also say a lot and also hear a lot. That last one being very important. But allow the month to come to you now. This is absolutely the time for you to be very receptive. and let your mind free. Stop caging it to the idea of what you think the world is. The world is changing much, much quicker than any of us could ever understand or know. So give yourself a little room. Good? Good. In the extended, we're going to talk about these different signs, including what if you're dealing with another Virgo, and the rest of the signs as they come up in the deck. We'll also clarify the rest of these cards and see what the beginning of April looks like. If you're interested in a recorded reading, they're about 7 to 10 minutes long and they'll be sent to your inbox. If you're interested in a video chat reading, there's a Chatalize link below. Those readings are done on Tuesdays and there's only 4 slots a week. If you're interested in a daily horoscope, come on over to @the Quietest Revolution on Instagram, where every morning we take a look at the astrological transits of the day. And this video here, the extended version of this reading, will be available on Vimeo and a direct PayPal link as well. There are also tickets below through an Eventbrite link for an Aries season question and answer called a satsang. And if you noticed the rings, this is the World Ring. It is in production now, and we should have it soon, God willing. Until then, check out the rest of the Revolution rings, including the Empress and the High Priestess, at the link below. Now you can find all these links at the website as well, if you just want to go to one place. I love you. Let's get into this extended because I want to know what's going on right here. I'll see you right now.